Give me one sec, guys. I'll be with you in a moment. There we go. Give me one sec, guys. I'll just share this around and then I'll get talking again. There we go. Good to go. Good to go. So, guys, yes, I do apologise about that. What was I on about? Yeah, Stefano Marchetto, who's currently now top of the tree in free practice with around 15 minutes and 20 seconds to go. He's done a 144.772. But as I say, it was a bit weird seeing him in a Lexus last time out at Silverstone, and you know he's obviously in the ML3 racing Lexus. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does, because we've been, season 4, yeah, not season 4, season 2 runner-up. I think he was season 2 runner-up as well as season 3 runner-up, but he's also the reigning GT4 champion, so be very interesting to see what he does. But looking exactly who's out on track then, so Luke's out on track at the moment in the McLaren. If you saw the Porsche races here last season, between the mix of GT4 and then obviously the Porsche Super Cup, the Porsche Super Cup were here but the GT4s weren't. Luke actually smashed into the barrier quite hard. He's not going to let him forget that, is he? But we'll see how well he does tonight. Luke is currently going to be on a mission. I think the McLaren was thereabouts at Silverstone. Then you've obviously got Brendan or Morley in the McLaren, the white, red and green McLaren, and of course you've got Skyfu in the Bentley, and then of course Diego in the Ferrari. He's changed livery in the 46 Ferrari by looks of it, for a lime green and grey Ferrari. I believe we're missing Yuri tonight. Yuri's got steering wheel issues, which actually caused a bit of issues at Silverstone as well, so he's not going to be here tonight unless he goes and connects his controller and then races with his controller. For someone like me that only has a controller for the PlayStation, jumping in to race this game with a controller, I'm not going to be disrespectful to him. If he does come and he does race and does very well with it, then fair enough, I'll ask him for his setup. I'll ask him, how on earth do you go very quick? Because for me, I use the controller to race on here, and I find it quite difficult, if I'm honest. But nevertheless, you know, that's not taking the mick out of Yuri at all. That is, you know, or if anyone's on controller, you know, I would understand, but you know, I find it difficult to race with a controller on this. But hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the stream tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what tonight brings, with around 13 minutes left in qualifying, not qualifying, 13 minutes, just under 12 minutes and 45 seconds now for free practice, should I say. And yeah, it's going to be a great night. I'm looking forward to seeing what the 2 sprint races are going to bring. But you know, there's a lot of interest to see what's going to happen with just excuse me, just going to see exactly how well tonight brings out the best of the best. I suppose you've got the likes of Marma, then you've got Jeremiah, you've got Plaif, you've got John, Lee, Fitzy, Kaiser, and of course Axel, your top 7 at the moment. You yet to set a time of Luke, JMR, and JDM rather, so Nicholas and Morley, and of course Skyfu, and of course Diego at the moment. But you know, with 12 minutes of free practice left, then it's going to be very close. We're not too sure how many drivers we're expecting tonight, but from what I've seen though, just while I'm looking exactly at the race sign up, it looks like we've got 13. And I think we are looking to see, I think Sammy Wells going to be thereabouts, but I believe Brian Ross, Dario, Anze Selan, TSR, Elvis and Yuri aren't going to be making it tonight. I believe a Razor DK was going to be making it as a he was going to make it. It wasn't 100%, but I don't know if Dario is going to make it. I'm not too sure how many more we're going to be expecting. I think 13 is going to be probably the most amount of numbers tonight. for the racing. So I'll just be with you in one sec. We've just got a comment through on the stream which I need to catch up with if the stream decides me. Good evening, John. How are you, mate? How are you? Welcome into the stream, mate. I do apologise if you watched the stream before and it just the internet decided to have technical issues, but hopefully you do very well, mate. I'm looking to see how well you're going to go tonight. You were looking very quick at Silverstone, I must admit. And then speaking of a very quick driver, he's none other than Diego at the moment. Diego's up into second with that Ferrari. Seems to be adapting very well with it at the moment. He is thereabouts. I know he's struggled Silverstone last week or 2 weeks ago, but he's thereabouts now, trying to push on for what could be a very interesting lap time in free practice. He's 0.159 of a second behind Marmolotto at the moment, so let's see what he's done. He's actually done a 1:44.931. That's a very interesting lap time, because for that Ferrari, Marmolotto actually drove the Ferrari in season 2. But you know, with him gone to Lexus now, it's going to be a bit of a weird one, but we'll see how well he goes. Luke's up into 4th then, so the McLaren driver, the Welshman, trying to push on for what could be a very interesting night of racing for him. So we've got 9.5 minutes left, well, just coming up to 9.5 minutes now of free practice, and it looks like, you know, some of the guys are settling into the groove of this Hungaroring circuit, so it's going to be very close for comfort. But you know, the track is a very fast conditions at the moment, so it could be very close to see exactly what is going to happen for this evening. But nevertheless, we'll see what's going to happen. JMR into 3rd, then he's going to have to try and push on now, so James is going to have to literally push on as best as he can to get up into 1st, maybe even second. He's got 9 minutes of free practice to go, but free practice is just the way it goes. Excuse me. Just to get acclimatisation for the circuit. I believe it is a full formation lap tonight as well, so it may be very close. Just remember, in both of the 40-minute sprint races tonight, there will be a mandatory pit stop for tyres. I'm not too sure whether it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen for I don't know whether fuel was allowed, but I think fuel is allowed. It is in the rules, but I don't think it's mandatory to put fuel in at the same time. But we'll soon find out when the guys obviously start racing. But it's going to be very close then to see exactly what's going to happen for tonight, because they've only just had 2 sprint races at Silverstone. They were meant to have an endurance race at Monza, but then obviously technical difficulties prevented that from happening, and Monza is going to be put to the back of the season. And I will quickly get the calendar up here just because it's updated. Obviously next week will be the PS5 guys here at Hungaroring. I won't be commentating, which seems a bit weird. Yes, I have Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is the game these guys are using, but it is on PS5 only. Then they go to Paul Ricard on the 5th of May, so Paul Ricard Circuit Le Castellet. Looking forward to seeing what that's going to bring. That is going to be an endurance race. Not too sure if I'm around for that, but if I am, I'll probably jump in the comments box if I am available. And then we head off to the glorious Spa-Francorchamps. Probably not going to be here, because obviously with it being my other half Jen's birthday that week, or during the week running up to Spa, I probably won't be here, so I probably won't be jumping into the comments box for that. Then it goes to Imola for a sprint, or 2 sprint races. Then it goes to, this is for the PS4 guys, by the way, and the same with the PS5. They go to the same circuit. But then Kyalami goes to Kyalami for 2 more sprint races. Then it goes to Nürburgring with a flash chicane at the back, so the NGK chicane, instead of going left right, it goes through just flat out. It can be very scary and daunting, I must admit. And then the season finale potentially was meant to be Barcelona, Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, but it is not. Then obviously the last round for these guys will be the endurance race from Monza, but Monza has obviously ticked off the PS5 guys, so the PS5 guys don't have to worry about doing Monza. It's only for the PS4 guys. But yes, as my voice decides to somehow jump out of my voice box. But we'll see what happens. We do have the Audi. I believe that's Samuel in the Audi, if I remember rightly, just to be out there. But looks like JDM then. So Nicholas goes up to P1 in free practice. Didn't see that while we were just talking about certain things. So 5.5 minutes left of free practice. Then he's done a 1:44.016. Which has dropped Marmot down to, of course, 4th place at the moment, so Luke's up into 3rd. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think JDM and, of course, Diego are going to be the ones to watch into qualifying. I think Luke's also going to be there. It could be very close to see exactly what, of course, the weather gods are going to bring as well, because we're not seeing any rain as of yet, but I think they're trying to push on and trying to say, well, let's see what happens for tonight. Excuse me. But yes, it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what's going to happen tonight for these guys. So you know, it's obviously going to be very close. I think it is something. Well, it is obviously the sort of bluish greyish and bluish red, no, bluish green, bluish grey. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out. And of course a bit of maroon red, as well as a chrome green in the Audi. It's the only Audi R8 on the grid this evening as well, so it's going to be very close to see how well he does. But looking at what Nicholas is doing here in the 34 Mercedes, it's the only Mercedes SLS on the grid as well, so he's thereabouts. Has he smashed his lap time? We'll soon find out, but time screen hasn't updated as of yet, but we've just got under 4 minutes then of free practice remaining. Diego's adapted very well to this Ferrari, I must admit, to go second at the moment. He is obviously on a mission tonight. He wants to prove a point. I must say that colour scheme must be bringing him the best of luck, but we'll soon find out exactly how well he goes. But looking at exactly what's happening, Luke is currently 3rd. He's sat in pit lane at the moment. Some of the guys are in pit lane, so you've got the likes of John currently pushing on for what could be his 8th at the moment. He was almost top of the tree, but I think he's been thereabouts. Now he's trying to still acclimatise that McLaren, so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Then you've got obviously Skyfu, so you've got around about probably 2 Bentleys, about 3, I think it's about 3 Lexus RCFs, 1 Audi R8, and I think it's about 4 McLarens as well, so that's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. So 1 Ferrari, 1 Mercedes and 1 Audi, and the rest are of course McLaren and Bentley, McLaren, Bentley, and of course the Lexus. So who knows exactly what's going to happen. 2.5 minutes left then the free practice. I don't think they'll be getting another free practice session in after qualifying, after race 1 rather. They'll be going straight into 10 minutes of qualifying for race number 2, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, you know, between now and of course the second qualifying session of the evening. Obviously they've got the first race to do, but sprint race with a mandatory pit stop, you know, it doesn't really matter when you pit during the 40 minutes, as long as you pit and you take mandatory. There was times where stop go penalties were applied for speeding in the pit lane, as well as a few track limits were a bit abused at Silverstone, so hopefully the pit lane speed as well as track limits do be adhered to this evening. But nevertheless, it is going to be class. As I say, I look forward to this. You know, I know I've said I'd be stepping down after the Carreras and of course GT4s last season due to work commitments, but obviously when work commitments don't clash, then I'll obviously jump into the comms box. You know, that's exactly what I'll do for these guys. I'm not gonna leave these guys without a stream. If I'm free, I'll jump in, I'll say yeah, okay. I'll obviously message Luke and I'll say okay, if I'm free tonight, do you want to stream? I mean, you know, fair play, Luke's obviously to press squid if you're wondering who I'm on about. You know, he's the series admin, he's the series organiser, he does a fabulous job. You know, and of course Marmalotto, Dario, ACB, you know, the guys that, the admins, very good people. If you're wondering, and I'm going to G these guys up, I'm going to pick up these guys. These guys welcomed me in season 1 quite a few months ago, and I couldn't thank them enough, and I've been here ever since. And you know, it feels a bit weird when I've obviously with work commitments and stuff like that, and when I announced I was stepping down from commentary duties as free practice now comes to an end, you know, I kind of felt like, you know, maybe I will come back, maybe I'll touch and go with seeing if I'm working, or if I'm not, then I'll jump into of course doing commentary. But you know, it's very good. I do like that. The league is very good, the guys are very respectful, you know, they're very respectful to me, I'm respectful to them. And I'll tell you this, if you're looking for nice racing on PlayStation, whether it's in the PS4 lobby or the PS5 lobby, you don't want to miss out with these. These guys they're quick, but they provide some good entertainment. I'm personally hoping we don't get any big smashes tonight, especially if Luke crashes into the barrier. No, I don't. No, I don't mean that, but you know, Luke crashed into the barrier in the Porsche Carreras around here. Don't know how he managed to do that, but hopefully that McLaren stays nice and shiny without any marks on it. That's all I'm going to say. But as you can see, the helicam, yes, we do have the medical helicopter there as well, but we've got our own, so you know, we've got it up in the air. I'm just seeing what it's like around here for the Hungaroring. I can't go back into pit lane because I stupidly selected the helicam. So 10 minutes in qualifying now for race number 1 of round number 3 of the championship. It's going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. So you know, as John gets a bit loosey goosey going out of pit lane, and it's JDM, I do apologise, John's already out on track. What am I on about? As Nicholas gets a bit topsy-turvy with his I don't know whether it's his brake bias or he's just thought he'd warm up his rear tyres for a minute, but be very close to see exactly what's going to happen then. So it's 9 minutes and 20 left on the clock, but qualifying has just started. Let's see exactly what's going to happen. Got Axel and of course Skyfu are the last to leave. I think they're just going to let the traffic go, and you know, to avoid any mishaps into turn number 1. But let us know, guys, if you're watching the stream. Let us know who is going to take out, of course, pole position for race number 1. And if you are watching the stream, guys, and you've not liked the stream, please do. Please give us a massive 10 likes tonight if you can. If you can, if you can't, because you're not watching the stream till later, it's fine. But please do give us a 10 likes, because it will help these guys out. It will help me out for future commentary. And of course, who knows what will happen. I believe just going slightly into unknown territory for certain things this evening. You know, it seems very close. Well, I know in the Porsches we had obviously 2 30-minute races round here, and it was just non-stop. It was obviously no mandatory pit stop, but round here for the GT3s it is a mandatory pit stop. So at the moment John's leading Luke versus Plaif in the McLaren battle. They're about to now do their first of probably maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 flying laps. Then you've got Kaiser in the Lexus RCF at the moment trying to push on. He's just got Diego. Time screen doesn't really update during qualifying, which is a bit not frustrating, but it's a good thing, because then we know that the cars are obviously, it's probably the order they came out of pit lane. Then you've got of course JMR. So you've got James there currently in the Bentley, the mint green and grey and black Bentley. Lovely colour scheme, I must admit. And you've got Nicholas there trying to push that Mercedes as best as he can. And then you've got obviously Axel, Lee Fitzy. Lee Fitzy's obviously in his familiar 103 machine, adapting very well to the Bentley. Probably now in his first full season of GT3s with Thursday Night Racing League. He did, I believe he did the Porsche Super Cup as well as GT4s last season. I'm trying to jog my memory, and if I forget, if I'm wrong, then I'm sure he'll prove me wrong. But you've got Stefano Marchetto, the Italian, currently trying to push on for what could be a very interesting lap time. He's got 6.5 minutes to go then, so this could be very close, as we've got first runner to cross the line then, which will be of course John at the moment with a 1:45.3. Luke goes thereabouts. He's 0.043 of a second, so he's 4.5 of a second rather. So it is a McLaren 1-2 at the moment, but Marmolotto was almost there, but he's dropped down to fourth now with Nicholas with a 1:44.403 in that Mercedes. So Nicholas in the Mercedes trying to literally push on for dear life tonight. He is literally trying to get there. Is he going to be one to watch tonight? He is currently first, then you got Diego in the Ferrari second. It's kind of like how it was in free practice between these two, so it could be very interesting to see exactly between the Ferrari and the Mercedes on the front row of the grid at the moment, with around 5.5 minutes to go in qualifying for race number 1. It is going to be very touch and go though, because it is 5.5 minutes remaining. But let's have a look. So you got Luke in 5th, then you've got Samuel in that Audi up into 6th. That's a very good lap time for the Audi R8 driver at the moment. And poor old Marmolotto, Stefano Marchetto, finding the grip to that Lexus RCF at the moment, down in 7th place at the moment. He's obviously going to have to try and push on as best as he can. You know, the number 4, the Italian driver, looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. Is he going to make it another title this season? Is he going to make it another second GT3 title, or is he going to have to push on? I'm not too sure what made him go to the Lexus, but you know, maybe it's something that he's thought, well, maybe it's something new, it's something to adapt to. He's raced in Mercedes, he's raced in Ferraris, he's raced in Bentleys, but even raced a GT4 spec BMW last season. So 4.5 minutes to go in qualifying. Then Mama's about to cross the line. What is he going to do? The timing screen needs to update for me, but I believe he's still 7th at the moment, with Skyfu down in, of course, 8th at the moment, Plaith in there. But JMR then up into, of course, 2nd then, so the mint green Bentley in the JMR racing team. In the Bentley up into 2nd. That's very interesting for the Bentley. So it's Mercedes, Bentley, Ferrari, McLaren, Audi, Lexus, Bentley, McLaren, Bentley, and of course Bentley, McLaren, Lexus. But Luke goes into pit lane then, sitting out for a moment or two. He's got another run. He could easily get another run if he goes out of pit lane now. But it could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So you've got Diego 3rd in that Ferrari at the moment. He's another one to watch tonight. He, you know, okay, at Silverstone he was learning the car, learning how it worked, but it seems to be a lot of interest to see exactly what's going to happen. But just going to catch up, see we've got the second comment from, but I believe RCR Chikev, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I do apologise, I'm no good with pronunciation, so I do apologise. Bonjour, yes, hello. Sorry, my French is not as brilliant as probably your English, my friend, so I do apologise for that. But hopefully you can hear me well, mate. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen for tonight. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left of qualifying then. Have we got a easy step up target? As Marma goes 3rd then. Marma's actually on the it's going to be very quick to see exactly what's going to happen. And so Marma's not there. He's not there in the top 3 now. He's now back down to 4th because Diego goes back to 2nd. This is getting very close between JDM and of course Diego at the moment for 1st and 2nd on the grid for race number 1. This could be absolutely unstoppable. You know, this is absolute what we've paid to see every week, week in, week out. I know they have a week break next week, but they jump in, obviously, of course, to obviously into an endurance race at Circuit Paul Ricard de Castellet in 2 weeks' time. So you know it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to go. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Then is RCR going to get Nicholas onto pole position? Then is he going to be thereabouts? He's got 1 minute and 30 seconds to get this lap time in. He could be thereabouts. You know, looking at the Mercedes, then it seems like it's quick at the moment because that Ferrari of course Diego, literally trying to push on. Is he going to be able to get there, or is he going to have to push on? Is he going to get pole position, or is JMR going to try and push on? Stefano Marchetto though, however, down into 4th place at the moment. Probably thinking, what have I got to do? What have I got to do to get onto pole position? He's got 1 minute to go. He could easily cross the line. Let's see what he does. Is the timing screen going to update for me, or has he stayed 4th? Looks like at the moment he is 4th because JDM is still there in pole position. 48 minutes left. Diego, what is this guy doing? This guy is absolutely unstoppable. 2nd place at the moment. He's 0.003 of a second behind it. JDM at the moment. This is absolutely unstoppable. 32 seconds. Where's Luke? Luke's currently out on track. We'll be very close to see exactly what's going to happen between the Ferrari and of course the Mercedes on the front row of the grid at the moment. This is absolutely been a bit of a interesting qualifying session so far. But you've got around 10 seconds remaining then, as we see exactly what's going to happen. I think you know, the likes of Nicholas, he's going to try and get that provisional pole position. Oh, clips some curbs out the chicane. He may settle for pole position as Luke goes up to 4th, then knocks Marma down to 5th. It's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, but I think the likes of JDM then is going to be still on pole position for race number 1 then. So Luke has finished 4th in qualifying at the moment. This could be very crucial for Luke's championship charge to try and get up further up the grid and trying to push on. And so it's a Mercedes versus a Ferrari on the front row of the grid. Then you got to JMR, so you got James versus Luke. Then you got of course Stefano Marchetto 5th at the moment, John, and of course currently 6th place at the moment with Skyfu. I think Skyfu's actually on another lap, so he may be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how that's going to bring. He's currently 7th fastest at the moment. Then you got Samuel, then of course Kaiser, then you got Plaith, and then of course Lee Fitzy, Axel, and of course Bren in of course 13th at the moment. So it's going to be very close then. Skyfu, I think Skyfu's actually on another flyer. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's on a flyer at the moment, so he's up on his time there. So it could be very interesting to see how well he does. Let's see what he does when he crosses the line though, because he stays 7th. So it's Nicholas from Diego. So it's Mercedes versus Ferrari versus Bentley, and then versus McLaren. So this is a quite interesting qualifying session. So we'll see exactly how well it's going to pan out. I think, you know, getting into the groove for race number 1, it seems that Nicholas and Diego, I knew that they were actually neck and neck also in free practice, but you know, looking at that, it looks like, you know, they've continued that form into qualifying. So, you know, looking at Diego's time, he's only about 0.003 of a second. He's done obviously a 1:43.770. That's an absolute insane lap time from the Ferrari driver to get literally into 2nd place for the first race of the evening. Who knows exactly what it's going to bring, because if you have a look exactly how things push on for tonight, you know, it seems that, you know, the Mercedes and Ferrari are going to take them right to the Bentley and of course the McLarens as well as the Lexuses. You know, we've got a sole Audi R8 in, of course, 8th place with Samuel. You know, it seems that, you know, the Lone Rangers, as like Diego and Nicholas, and of course Samuel in the Audi, you know, it seems that, you know, the Lone Rangers in the 3 cars that are out there, so the Ferrari, the McLaren, not the McLaren, the Mercedes and the Audi, they haven't got a teammate to help. But I think the RCR guys, like the likes of course John and of course Blaif, they've got very rapid, but also they've got Nicholas in the Mercedes, so you know they do have help. But it seems very interesting, so we are going to see what's going to happen then for race number 1. But just looking exactly what is happening for tonight, you know, just looking exactly how the grid's going to pan up, as we've got of course we've got Nicholas, just bear with me 1 second, so you've got Nicholas followed by Diego, then you've got James, Luke, and then you've of course got a few guys thereabouts, but just looking exactly what's going to happen, because not too sure if it's going to be 100%. I think the rolling start is going to be, there is going to be a rolling start, so we'll try and go through the grid when we can. But you know, you've got the likes of course Nicholas, Diego, James, Luke, and of course John, and then Stefano Marchetto, Samuel, Skyfu, and just trying to remember who else is there. And we've got Lee Fitzy, and we've got Kaiser, and of course Axel, and of course Brendan at the back. I think the guy in the other McLaren, the RCR cars, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Plaif, yeah, Plaif is there, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen between now and we do have a lot of interest to see exactly what is going to happen. I think we are going to get full rolling start, so we'll see exactly when the cars get dropped off the jacks like they are doing now. It's going to be around 20 seconds till the race does start, or the green flag lap. I'm not too sure exactly what's going to happen for tonight. It is 13 races though, still a long way to go. 40 minutes is a long way. You may think, why 40 minutes? Well, 40-minute sprint race, you can see down the left hand side of our column we've got an orange box. We're number 1 in. It means that it is the mandatory pit stop, so when that goes green it means they will literally jump on to completed their mandatory pit stop. So it is a full rolling start tonight. It is a full green flag lap. I think because the lap times around here obviously 1:45, but you can just see exactly what's going to happen. Just getting warped into the tyres, getting warped into the brakes. Crowd are loving it. We're loving it in the comms box already. Seems it's going to be another heat wave, should we say, here in Budapest, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen between the top 2 in the race, between the likes of Diego and of course Nicholas. At the moment they're currently just going through the second turn here at the Hungaroring, so yes, it is going to be very close. We are obviously looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Not too sure as a prediction as of yet what the outcome is of the podium, but you know, I think the likes of Nicholas and of course Diego, they may be the top 2, they may be on the podium. You know, you've got fast starting JMR behind them at the moment in the mint green Bentley, and then of course you've got Luke and of course Stefano Marchetto still getting used to that Lexus RCF. He seems to have a bit of issues at Silverstone in race number 2. Not too sure exactly what had happened, but he's going to be thereabouts, so it's going to be very close. But it looks like Diego and JMR and of course Luke are going to try and push on. Luke started from pit lane last time out at Silverstone for race number 1. I think he realised he had I don't know whether he had an issue. I can't remember whether he said he had an issue or he was a bit I'm not too sure whether he was concerned, but we'll soon figure it out. But looking at exactly what everyone is doing, then it's going to be very close. You got the likes of Nicholas getting heat into them tyres as best as he can. He wants to literally get onto the power. He wants to get that good start into turn number 1. He literally wants to escape the chasing pack. Yes, okay, he's got to take a mandatory pit stop, but he wants to get thereabouts as best as he can to start equally getting there as best as he can to get the best result for him for this season. I think he did have a bit of race. I'm not too sure if he had a race win at Silverstone, but he's been thereabouts. I think he's trying to now convert a lot of things. I think coming into the second race of the second round of the season, or the third round of the season, should I say. But you know, it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. So it's Mercedes versus Ferrari, then it's Bentley versus McLaren, and it's McLaren versus Lexus on the third row of the grid. I'll tell you what, we are coming through the final turn. We are about to get the green light on the starting gantry. We are back from the rolling start. Who is going to get the jump into turn number 1, and who is going to be victorious after 40 minutes of racing here at the Hungaroring? We are about to go, and it's going to be hectic going into turn number 1. Let's see who gets a decent start. It looks like the top 2 at the moment already have a top 2. Mobilotto, he's already there in 5th place. It seems he's going to be very careful to be easily picked, but it looks like he's already now swamped himself up into 4th. It could be very careful to see what's going to happen thereabouts, but I think, as you can see, there's a bit of contact between, of course, Stefano Marchetto and, of course, now JMR. So JMR gets a bit of a love tap from the Lexus RCF into that turn. It kind of knew it was going to happen, but that's allowed, as the time screen decides to throw a bit of a wobbler at me, but that's allowed Nicholas to get away for that race lead. It looks like already there's been another casualty somewhere about, and it looks like quite a few cars. It looks like couple of Bentleys have been involved. It looks like Morley or Plaith have been involved, and I think the Bentleys have actually struggled at the moment. So Lee Fitzy and of course JMR are at the tail of the field, but it's going to be a bit unfortunate for them. So JDM leads them from Diego. Diego's literally got that Ferrari on rails at the moment. Luke's up into of course third place at the moment, with John of course in 4th at the moment, with Stefano Marchetto off that love tap between him and the Bentley. I think he had a bit of, I'm not too sure whether that was just because the push on cold tyres, I'm not too sure, but mine was up into down to 5th, then followed by Kaiser in of course 6th at the moment, with the likes of Axel and Samuel in the Audi trying to catch up to the 2 Lexus RCFs of course of Kaiser and Axel at the moment. 38 minutes left then of this race. It seems to be still a long way to go, but who knows exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of the Bentleys are going to have to try and push on. They know they're going to make a mandatory pit stop this time in this race, but it seems to be very close as we get towards the likes of Samuel. I think JMR's gone into pit lane as well as Lee Fitzy. I think they've literally had a bit of damage thereabouts, but let's see what Diego's doing. Is he going to try and... he's a 1.1 second between him and JDM at the moment, but Nicholas will push on. Luke's thereabouts, so to catch up to these guys as best as he can as well, but we'll try and throw the helicam up so we can see exactly how close the battles are going, because you've got the likes of John and of course Marma trying to push on. Marma's trying to get past that McLaren and the Lexus. He seems to be thereabouts, but it's going to be very close as John gets a bit snaked out of that chicane, I think, and that's allowed Marma to get back past, but it's going to be very quick and easy to see exactly what's going to happen. We've got Kaiser and of course Axel trying to push away from of course Samuel at the moment. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think the likes of Lee Fitzy and of course JDM, not JDM, JMR rather, are obviously coming out of pit lane as best as, I think they are coming out of pit lane. No, they're still sat in pit lane at the moment, so they must have picked up some considerable amount of damage. 36 minutes and 20 seconds to go in pit lane. John goes into pit lane for a compulsory pit stop. Maybe the mandatory pit stops are going to be like thick and fast, maybe just to play the team game, but it could be very interesting as the likes of Lee Fitzy and of course JMR come out of pit lane now. But you can just see the likes of Samuel trying to literally catch up between the two Lexus RCFs. He's going to be, he is thereabouts. The timing screen hasn't updated as of yet, but Stefano Marchetto definitely now trying to catch up to the likes of Luke there in towards the place. Luke's currently ahead, but let's see what's going to happen. And so the likes of Axel and Samuel, they're trying to battle as I think that was Plafe going off a lot wide there. Yes, it was, but it seems that Samuel and of course Kaiser and Axel, both the two Lexuses versus the Audi, the Lone Ranger in the Audi R8 should we say, trying to literally push on. But this could be very close for, of course, 6th and 7th. It looks like the Audis had a bit of damage there. Maybe that was between the two Bentleys. It could be very interesting to see exactly what happens. 35 minutes to go in this opening race here at the Hungaroring. What's happening with the race lead? It seems it's 1.4 of a gap, so it could be very close between JDM and of course Diego, but just remember they do have to take a mandatory pit stop. But it could be very close. Luke's still there in second, Marma 1.7 of a second behind the McLaren at the moment, with Kaiser trying to escape from Axel. Axel's also there, but he's got to be very careful because Samuel, that Audi's quite quick at the moment. He's going almost nose to tail down the front straight here at the Hungaroring. Literally trying to go night and day at the moment, literally trying to think where is he going to go. But the likes of John and JMR and of course Lee Fitzy making a pit stop early on, but maybe that may come into their advantage if they work out a strategy, as Axel's under threat from the Audi at the moment, trying to push on. He's going to be very careful. Let's see what's going to happen. It could be very close as you like, just to see what's going to happen, because the likes of Axel's not giving anything away too quickly for that Audi to catch up. But it could be very careful between these guys. You've got Plafe and you know, trying to catch up in that McLaren. It seems the Lexuses are trying to push away from the Audi as best as they can, but let's see what's going on. Is just seems to be very close. You know, the Audi's trying to literally get there. Is he trying to get past the Lexus, or is the Lexus just going to play the holding up game? But the battle for the race lead is coming down slightly to 1.301 of a second. This could be very close between the Mercedes and Ferrari, like it was in qualifying. We've got 33 minutes left of this race, though it's still a long way to go, not even halfway through yet, so it could be very careful between these guys. You've got the likes of Stefano Marchetto though catching up to Luke as best as he can. I don't know whether that little tap between JMR and Mama was intentional. I think it was just the nature of trying to go through that corner, but he's thereabouts, trying to catch up to Luke now. Obviously the reigning GT4 champion, as well as Season 1 GT3 champion. He's trying to catch up to Luke in that McLaren. The McLaren seems to be pushing. Let's see what's exactly happening. You can just see Samuel's been overtaken by Plafe in that McLaren, so Plafe's going to try and catch up to, of course, the Lexus RCF, of course the Lexus of Axel. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. With, you know, it's going to be very close. These three are going to try and go nose to tail. We'll try and see what's going to happen between Mama and Luke in a moment or two if that gap comes down. But you can just see exactly what's going to happen. I think Plafe's trying to catch up to Axel. I think there's also a lap car in that battle, is there? Or is it just the blue flags are just waving not too sure, but could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, because number 33 McLaren is trying to literally push on. He's trying to get past the that Lexus RCF, but the gap for Marmolotto and Luke has come down to 0.950 of a second. This could be very close between the top two, well, third and fourth respectively at the moment, but the top two pros from last couple of seasons having a couple of battles, they're going to be thereabouts. But Marma's trying to push on. He's in unfamiliar territory this season, driving a Lexus RCF. It could be very close between them. We'll try and go back to that battle between Playford and of course Axel in a moment or two, but you know, just looking at exactly what's going to happen between Marma at the moment. Marmolotto trying to push on as best as he can. Stefano Marchetto, you know what he's like, he's thereabouts, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be very close between these guys just to get a bit closer. We'll try and cut back to the battle for, of course, 6th, 7th and 8th at the moment, trying to get thereabouts, but you can just see Playford trying to catch up to that Lexus, and with the Audi close for comfort, literally trying to get night and day between each other. But it's going to be very close. The Lexus trying to literally push on away from the McLaren as well as the Audi, but the Audi, you just see the I don't know about the Audi, but the Audi seems a bit quick at the moment. He seems he's going to be thereabouts, but has he got the skills to try and get past play for that potentially 7th place at the moment? He's got Axel's breaking that gap because the two at the back are trying to hold each other up. Let's see what's going back on for 3rd and 4th at the moment, with Luke trying to hold off Marmolotto for that 3rd place at the moment. He's literally trying to get past. It seems that everywhere we look at the moment there's a bit of battles galore. It could be very careful. It's going to be very close to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be very close for comfort. But Marma's cutting that gap quite fine now. He's literally night and day between himself and Luke, but the race lead also, that's almost a worthy battle as well. We'll try and see what's going to happen with the likes of Stefano and of course Marmolotto, and we'll try and keep an eye on what's going on close battle, because there is quite a few battles galore at the moment. You know, you can just see the likes of Playf trying to catch up towards, of course, Axel at the moment. This could be very interesting. McLaren versus the Lexus. It's almost like for 3rd and 4th, but now for 6th and 7th, because, you know, with that battle between Marma and of course Luke at the moment, seems it's like role reversal at the 6th and 7th at the moment. Just JMR is obviously a lap down, Lee Fitzy's quite a few laps down as well. But you know what is going to happen is Marma brought that gap down. Yes, he has. You can just see we'll cut back this battle quickly, but we'll try and go on board with the Lexus RCF if we can, which we do. We'll go on board with Stefano Marchetto. Oh, he's fighting that steering. That Lexus seems a bit wormy going out of that corner there, but it could be very close to see for comfort for Stefano Marchetto though, trying to push on for dear life to try and get up to Luke. These two still have to make a compulsory pit stop, but could be very close with around 28 minutes, just under 28 minutes to go as Marma tries to go on the inside to Luke. Luke's got the inside line for the next turn. Is he going to try and make it stick, or is Marma going to fight back and get that undercut? He's nose to tail through the final corner, right on Luke's gearbox now with that McLaren. Is he going to be able to do it, or is he going to have to push on? We'll throw the helicam up for this time, and it could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen between the Lexus and the McLaren. Marma fights it. Oh, a bit of contact between the pair of them, but I tell you what, that's just a slight knock. And I tell you what, that is going to be very close, because these two are fighting for the final spot on the podium at the moment though. And I'll tell you what, Marma is going to be all over the back of course, there's been a bit of a change though, because I think Samuel has got past their play for that 7th place at the moment, while we're concentrating on that battle between Marma and of course Luke. You know, this is absolutely unstoppable. Let's see what's going to happen between these two now. It could be all or nothing, you know. in this race. It's still around 26 and 42 minutes. 26 and 42 seconds, should I have said. But it could be very careful, because there's still a long way to go in this race. It's going to be very close. You know, Luke's trying to push away from Marmot. He's trying to literally say, okay mate, if you want to take this duel, let's take it. But you know, it's all or nothing at the moment, as the middle pack closed up a bit between the likes of Samuel and of course no, it's not Kaiser, it is of course Axel, Samuel and of course Play. Don't worry about JDM at the moment, JMR rather, in the number 55 Bentley. He's just trying to unlap himself. He's trying to get past the McLaren. He's got to remember that's not for position, but you can just see how close it's going to get. What's happening between these two, because the gap's come down yet again. Seems to be growing quite a bit, but it's not as bad. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be absolutely unreal. Let's see exactly what's going to go on between Luke and of course Marmot, into of course 25.5 minutes to go in this opening race here at the Hungaroring Thursday Night Racing League. This is season 4 of the PlayStation 4 League, the GT3 Championship. And yes, it is the legendary and of course the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. But it looks like Play's gone into pit lane then, according to the graphic. So he's probably now decided, well, got a bit held up, so I'm now going to go into pit lane, which is probably the right thing to do with 25 minutes to go. But you know, Stefano Marchetto and of course Luke, these two are still battling tooth and nail. It's almost like, you know, they're fighting for last orders in the pub, who's going to get to the bar quicker. But you can just see exactly what's going to happen. I think Luke's trying to push on for that third place at the moment. It's still a long way to go, but you know, these two are battling hammer and nail. It's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Is Marmot going to catch Luke this time round? They might even, if they're careful, they might even take the battle to the pit lane. But it could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen between these two. These two know each other, they know how they race. But I'll tell you what, it's absolutely unstoppable at the moment. I think Marmot's decided enough's enough. I'm going to go into pit lane, you hold me up, I'm going to go into pit lane, I'm going to wait till you get there. So that is going to be a very interesting, strategically planned out by the Italian there. That could be very close. You've got the likes of course Axel and Samuel now battling for 6th and 7th respectively. Could be soon 5th and 6th, because with Stefano Marchetto in of course pit lane at the moment. But I'll tell you what, this is absolutely been crazy racing tonight. It is absolutely been one of the best so far, so good. You know, it looks like, you know, the likes of Axel and Samuel trying to push on. You can just see what's going to happen between the Lexus and Audi. Obviously JMR's he's trying to unlap himself, but he's got to be very careful while doing that. Stefano Marchetto is out of pit lane, potentially down to 7th at the moment, so the 6 cars ahead of him will have to pit. 23 minutes to go in this race then, so it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Almost at the halfway mark now, so you know, anything can happen between now and the rest of the race. I'll tell you what, if the second race is going to be anything like this so far, we could be absolutely in for a treat. You know, we've got obviously the likes of Nicholas and of course Diego at the moment. They're still trying to battle the 1.6 seconds between each other just thus far, and it could be thereabouts to see exactly what's going to happen between these two. But it could be very close to see what will happen between Mercedes and the Ferrari. They were both 1-2 in practice. They were also 1-2 on the grid for the opening race of the qualifying session. Luke's still there in third at the moment. Kaiser currently trying to push on with the likes of so Samuel goes into pit lane. I was just thinking, where's he disappeared to, but then I've just seen a flash of the Audi into pit lane, so that will allow the likes of Axel to have a bit of breathing space. But he's got to be very careful, because JMR trying to unlap himself after a bit of contact. Not too sure exactly what happened in that skirmish between the Bentleys, because it seemed to be a lot of interest to see what's going to happen. But Stefano Marchetto, he is down in 9th place at the. Is he down in 9th? Yeah, he's down in 9th at the moment. That seems to be a bit of a weird one for the Italian, the reigning GT4 champion, as well as Season 1 GT3 champion. But we'll soon figure it out when we get near the time. But Luke currently trying to push on, then he's 3rd at the moment. Bit of a nice stellar battle between him and Marma couple of laps ago, but Luke's going to try and push on then for what could be another easy podium with 21 minutes to go then. But it's looking likely Diego and of course Nicholas at the moment. Top 2 in qualifying, top 2 in the race at the moment are going to be thereabouts. Luke's going to try and push on, not too sure exactly how close he's going to get, because you know, with the likes of these guys trying to push on, but you know, there's still a mandatory pit stop to take. So Axel is, yeah, Axel's going to dive into pit lane. Skyfu stays out. So Axel jumps into pit lane, and that is probably going to be the right thing for him. Just to put that out there, but as Skyfu goes, then you got Brendan trying to push on. He's currently 7th. He's going to go into pit lane as well. So at the halfway mark, then it is going to be a very close battle for the race lead. You've got the likes of Nicholas and of course Diego, 1-2 in qualifying. They were also 1-2 in the race at the moment so far at the halfway mark, with Luke in of course 3rd at the moment, with the likes of Kaiser trying to push on. In 4th, Skyfu 5th, Axel still there, Marmolotto, Stefano Marchetto, he will be, just looking at the graphic, he will probably now be 5th, because Axel's now come, no, he'll be 6th, I beg your pardon, he will be 6th, because Axel's just come out of pit lane. So be very careful between these guys. You've got the likes of Nicholas and Diego, oh, he goes into pit lane then. So he's deciding, right, time to go, time to get some fresh tyres, bit of splash and dash of fuel I think as well. So it could be very close to see what the strategies are going to be, because the likes of Nicholas and Luke, they're staying out, so Luke's going to try and catch him up. So Kaiser's still there, Skyfu there, Marma in 6th then. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen, with around 18 minutes and 40 seconds left in race number 1. So Kaiser goes into pit lane as well, so that's going to be very close then. So that probably will allow Skyfu to go up into 3rd. So you know, who knows exactly what's going to happen between now and then. We'll see exactly what's going to bring on. So the 5 now, well, there'll be potentially now 3 as Diego goes out of pit lane. He is going to be on course. Hopefully he doesn't break the speed limit. You know, he's looked very racy tonight, since of course free practice as well as qualifying. So that's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. That's brought him out towards, I think that was, yeah, towards John. So Kaiser's in pit lane, so there'll be 3 people then, once Kaiser's made his pit stop to make more compulsory pit stops. This could be very close, because you know, where's Luke at the moment? He's there. Marma is currently circulating in 4th place, so Diego is almost taking the challenge to John for potentially what could be 2nd place, depending on the gaps. But it looks like at the moment then Nicholas is still leading the race then from Luke at the moment. This is an absolute stellar night of racing, I'll tell you this now. It seems it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen for now and again, but you've got around 16 minutes and 48 seconds left. So Stefano Marchetto could even be the race leader as we go in towards 16.5 minutes left of the opening race here at the Hungaroring. So, you know, with Skyfu jumping into pit lane, then Luke's still there. Diego almost to the back of John's McLaren now, so he's probably thinking, you RC guys are literally rapid, but my Ferrari's even rapid as well. Let's have a bit of a battle between these two. So let's see what's going to happen between the might of McLaren as well as the Ferrari. It could be British versus the Italian manufacturer. Diego tries to go on that outside line into turn number 1. Has he got it sticked? No, he hasn't. Side by side with, of course, John at the moment. This could be absolutely unstoppable between the pair of them. John gets a bit pushed out to dry there, but Diego gets through with ease. I'll tell you what, clean as anything there between the Ferrari and the McLaren. So that's going to be very interesting. So that's now allowed Diego up into 5th. Will it be onto the podium? No, because he's got to now escape from, of course, Skyfu's green box hasn't appeared, so he's probably just took on not tyres, but probably fuel, as Luke jumps into pit lane then. So Luke goes on to with around just near enough 15 minutes and 12 seconds, jumps into pit lane then, so that's still allowed Nicholas to get into, of course, into the race lead and extend that gap. So 15 minutes left then. Could be very interesting. What's Luke gonna do? Is Luke gonna be bringing that McLaren onto the podium, or is he gonna have to try and battle this guy on screen, currently Stefano Marchetto, for the podium? It could be very interesting between these guys. Skyfu will have to take another pit stop. Seems a bit unfortunate for the Bentley driver, the number 12 Bentley. Not too sure whether that was whether it's a glitch or not, but we'll soon figure it out in a moment. But Luke's still in pit lane at the moment. That's allowed the likes of Marma and, of course, Diego up into 2nd and 3rd respectively. This could be very close, I'll tell you what. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen for the rest of that race as Luke now comes out of pit lane, trying to think where that's put him. Has it put him 4th, has it? No, probably 5th, I do apologise. But we'll be very close then with the likes of Nicholas still going out there. He's still going strong. He's onto a good. He's trying to maintain that gap as best as he can. He will be the last of the front runners though to pit. So Luke is 5th. Marma is currently 2nd. Diego in 3rd. John in 4th. Luke 5th. Yep. Plaith in 6th. Samuel in, of course, 7th. Axel in 8th. Kaiser in 9th. Skyfu will have to take a pit stop, so that will allow probably Brendan to literally jump up into 10th place if he isn't a lap down or so. Then you got JMR, so poor old James, in 12th at the moment. Probably that early contact didn't help. 13 minutes left of this race, then it could be a very close battle for the race lead. It's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen with the likes of Stefano Marchetto literally pushing on for dear life to try and say, right, okay, let's go, let's see what's going to happen, because, you know, 12.5 minutes to go. Then you got the likes of Nicholas yet to make a compulsory pit stop, excuse me, with the likes of course Skyfu's a lap down now, so it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. Whether Skyfu knows he has to take another mandatory, I'm not too sure whether the team have told him yet, but yeah, he goes into pit lane, so I think he is aware of that. So fair play to the Bentley squad for getting him in with 12 minutes to go. So, you know, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I think Marmalotto may take the race to lead depending on Nicholas's pit stop, but Looking at the gap then, Marmolotto is going through the last few turns. Seems a bit of a, not a weird one, but seems to me that the likes of Nicholas is trying to eke out that advantage as best as he can for when he takes his mandatory pit stop. That as soon as he gets that gap, he can just, you know, it's a big enough gap that Stefano Marchetto will have to push on. This is quite interesting though, because you got the likes of Diego in that Ferrari, the grey and lime green machine. It seems to be thereabouts, but I tell you what, Marma will be aware of that Ferrari. He raced that Ferrari in season 2, so 11 minutes to go in this opening race then at the Hungaroring. It is season 4 of the Thursday Night Racing League, PlayStation 4 League, GT3, potentially round number 3, but it's actually could be round number 2 because after the abandonment of Monza. So yeah, it's been a bit close for comfort tonight. It's been thereabouts. Not really many battles now because the race has sort of died down with around 10.5 minutes to go. But Samuel with that bit of damage on his Audi. I don't know whether the Bentleys were involved in that then on the opening lap, but seems to be that the Lexuses, I don't know whether the Lexuses are struggling at the moment, but it seems that Axel and Kaiser have dropped back a bit. Morley, Brendan trying to push on. He's trying to go there. He's 10 minutes to go with the likes of Jay Moore trying to push on. As we'll see what's going to happen. 10 minutes then. 10 minutes to go, and Nicholas is still yet to make a pit stop. But there is a battle potentially now going to be hotting up for second and third. Because if you look at the graphic and you look at the grey and lime green Ferrari of Diego, literally trying to push on to Stefano Marchetto. This could be an absolute tooth and nail battle going down to the final minutes of the race. But let's have a look at what's going to happen then. Is Marma going to get away from Diego? Is Diego going to try and literally push on for second place because he knows what he's got to do to try and get that second place back from Stefano Marchetto? Stefano Marchetto at the moment then is literally on rails with that Lexus. It seems to me at the moment, just looking exactly what's going on, because if you look at Nicholas, he is halfway round the back of the circuit, and Stefano Marchetto is just going through turn number 2. This is an absolute insane amount of gap between the likes of Nicholas and of course Stefano Marchetto. As Stefano thought, well, you know, Nicholas is way ahead of me. We've got around, of course, 8.5 minutes to go. Nicholas is still out there. Not made his mandatory pit stop yet, but I'll tell you what, Diego's catching up to Stefano Marchetto. We will go on board with the Ferrari, trying to catch after the literally trying to push on. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen between the Ferrari and of course the Lexus. On board with Diego then. 8 minutes to go in this race. I'll tell you this is definitely going to go down to the wire between Stefano and of course Diego at the moment. This could be a very close battle if we're keeping an eye on it. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, because Nicholas, where is Nicholas on the track? He's coming up through the chicane here. He's about to lap Kaiser and Axel. So, you know, it's going to be very close. 7.5 minutes to go then. Diego and of course Marmolotto. Marmolotto knows how that Ferrari works because he raced it in season 2. But with Diego trying to push on, it seems that, you know, thereabouts. But Stefano Marchetto, what is he going to do? Because is he going to hold off the Ferrari, or is he going to have to try and literally just say, right, okay, let's have a clean battle for second and third? It's going to be very close, because you look at the gap, it's 0.3 of a second now. It could be even less. The timing screen doesn't really tell me exactly 100%, what the gap is, but you can just see that Ferrari versus the Lexus. This is going to be absolutely unstoppable. Let's see what's going to happen. Is Stefano Marchetto going to crack under pressure, or is he going to hold off Diego for that second place? It could be very interesting with, of course, 6.5 minutes to go in this race. It is thereabouts, but you can just see that Diego's pushing that Ferrari as best as he can, and I'll tell you what, it is getting close for comfort right now, because I'd say this, Nicholas probably is going to go into pit lane. You know, he's not, he's staying out for another lap, so we've got a battle for second and third. It's not even battle for race leaders. Marmolotto tries to defend from that Ferrari going into that, but I'll tell you what, track limits is a drive-through penalty for, of course, Axel. That's going to hamper him. It's going to be a drive-through penalty. He probably will take that very quickly. He's got 6 minutes to go, but he's got a drive-through penalty for track limits, and that's something you don't want to go. And I'll tell you what, if you were battling for this, if he was in this battle, that would probably potentially ruin it, as Diego tries to overtake Marmolotto, but Marmolotto blocks him going into turn number one. This is absolutely unstoppable between the Lexus and the Ferrari driver. This could be thereabouts for second and third, as Diego tries to go one way, but Marma blocks him. Marma's literally fighting that Lexus as best as he can to stop that Ferrari from overtaking him. He could be very careful, but I'll tell you this, it is an absolute fantastic night of racing so far in race number one here at the Hungaroring. What's going to happen? Is Marma going to hold off Diego for that second place, or is Marma going to push on? It could be thereabouts, you know. It is absolutely unstoppable between these two, as Axel takes his drive-through penalty for his track limits. Hopefully he doesn't let go of the speed limiter too quickly either, or the pit limiter should I say. But got around 4.5 minutes to go then. What is Nicholas doing? Nicholas is still out there. He's not taking his mandatory. That is going to be a bit of a weird one, but Axel's drive-through penalty has now been cleared for track limits, so fair play to him. He dived in straight away and he knew that, you know, but fair play to him. You know, he's not, hopefully it's not dampened him too much. But you can see Stefano Marchetto then versus Diego. That Ferrari is literally all over the back of this Lexus RCF going into the final turn. You know, the crowd are on their feet in the grandstands, and I'm almost on my feet in the comms box, but you know, it's going to be very close, careful between the Ferrari and the Lexus front pod, with Diego's Ferrari going down the front straight. This is going to be very careful. Is he going to make the move stick? Oh, there's a bit of contact between the both of them. They have a bit of a slide. You could almost cut the atmosphere with the knife between these two. These two have actually, you know, fair play. But I tell you what, Stefano Marchetto, he knows how that, like I say, he knows how that Ferrari works. But Diego, he's on a mission. I tell you, this guy is absolutely on a mission. From free practice, when he got second place in free practice, then he got second place in qualifying. He's wanting second place back in the race as well, which fair play to him. He's not giving up. I'll tell you what, this guy Nicholas, just quickly, with around 3 minutes to go, he's got to take his mandatory pit stop. If he doesn't take it, he will be disqualified, and it will literally ruin his race. And I'll tell you what, I don't know whether he's going to have time to take it, because he may do, but then does it really have to have a bit of contact between Marma and Diego? Because at the end of the day, Diego's trying to put Marma under considerable amount of pressure here, and it seems like, you know, at the end of, like I say, Diego's all over the back of Stefano Marchetto at the moment. It could even be first and second if Nicholas doesn't take his mandatory pit stop. You know, it's all or nothing now. It is all or nothing as Diego gets really close again to that Lexus RCF. It is now going to be very close to see what's going to happen for the top, for second and third. It is thereabouts, but I tell you this, Marma is under attack from that Ferrari. That Ferrari is not leaving him alone, and I'll tell you this, It is absolutely been a fantastic battle. Oh, a bit of contact yet again. But I think Diego was saying, right mate, come on, hurry up. You are pushing me to my limits now. I could easily be burning my tyres out and you could be just pushing me as too far. I'll tell you what, Nicholas goes into the pit lane right onto the final lap as well. This is going to be absolute close. He may be like, yeah, I've got a big enough. He's on the final lap and he's gone into pit lane. I think that's quite a smart move. I think, you know, fair play to him. Fair play. You know, as Diego tries to get past Momolotto for that. What has gone on there? Because, you know, it looked like Mama was trying to go through that corner, and Diego literally had to cut that chicane, and that's cost him a bit of ground there. Literally night and day between the pair of them now. As we get into, of course, a minute to go in this race. Is Diego going to get back into second, or is he going to have to settle for third? I tell you what, fair play to Nicholas for getting that pit stop on the last lap. You know, fair play. That was cutting it fine. I tell you what, he is going to be thereabouts to take a well-deserved victory. He had that gap. He planned it to perfection. Absolutely, tooth and nail. I'll tell you what, we've got another 40-minute race after this. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be speechless as Diego literally chases after Stefano Marchetto for that second place. You can tell that Diego wants second place from Marma. Marma's trying to defend yet again from that Ferrari. He's thinking, not only live sunshine, you are not getting that from me. I am going to be pushing, you're going to be pushing yourself. Don't want to make silly mistakes between the pair of them. They are literally still nose to tail. Oh, this is getting close between Diego and, of course, Marma. Diego flashes the lights, trying to say, not in your life, mate. You need to, you know, let's not have this scrap for second place at the moment. I don't know exactly what's going on further back, because this battle for second, you can't cut the atmosphere with a knife. You need to literally night and day between the likes of Marma and, of course, Diego. I'll tell you this has absolutely been top class between the pair of them. And I'll tell you what, Diego's going to try and get that Lexus. He's going to try and get there. Oh, Marma closes the door. Marma's closed the door yet again, but he's going to try and push on. Diego, he's there. He's almost on the tailpipe of that Lexus RCF. And I'll tell you what, fair play to Nicholas to get that pit stop done right onto the last lap. And I'll tell you what, Diego and Marma, bit of contact between the pair of them. I'll tell you what, Diego, he is going to be trying to now hold on for dear life, because he's got 2 corners to go, trying to get back into second place, which he has done. Momolotto may not like that, but I'll tell you what, fair play to Diego. He has been on a mission. He was second place in free practice, second place in qualifying, and he takes second place in the race. What a stellar battle between him and Momolotto for second and third. Luke will come home in fourth. And I tell you what a battle. John in, of course, fifth, with the likes of Plaith in, of course, sixth. This has actually been pretty decent so far. And I'm tell you what, race number 2 is going to be a cracker. But I feel like my voice is going to go soon. But, you know, fair play. Plaith in, of course, 6th, with the likes of Samuel in, of course, 7th. Kaiser in 8th. JMR 9th. Axel 10th after his drive-through penalty. And Skyfu in, of course, 11th. Brendan in 12th and Lee Fitzley 13th. I'll tell you what, guys, we're in for a treat for race number 2, but just remember we do have a 10-minute qualifying session for race number 2, and it's going to be going right up. I'll tell you what, we're in for a treat tonight, I'll tell you. It's going to be absolutely unreal. I am personally looking forward to seeing what is going to happen. It's going to be absolutely unreal. I'm going to grab a quick drink before qualifying starts for race number 2. I will be back in a second. So let's see what's going to happen for race number 2 then. 10 minutes of qualifying very soon. But yeah, it's been unstoppable so far. So we're just trying to see what's going to happen, and we are just waiting for race number 2's qualifying session to load up. Bless you.
Okay. Can you cut my nails when you're finished?
Possibly. I'll have to see what time. Yeah, we'll see what time we're finished. See what time we finish.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys, just having a bit of two-way conversation. There we go, qualifying for race number 2 then is about to be green. So let's see what's going to happen then. Could be very interesting, this one. So let's see how close it's going to get then. For qualifying number 2 of the evening. I'll tell you this, guys. If you just join the stream, or if you just watch the stream, how good was the battle? Just while the guys are on an outlap, how good was the battle between Marmot and, of course, Diego? You know, the last bit of the race, in race number 1, absolutely unreal. It just shows exactly what happens in this championship. You know, these guys week in, week out, depending, obviously, you know, next week they've got a week off, but they've obviously put a lot of testage mileage. I'll tell you what, it's absolutely been crazy. But you know, I think Diego is going to be thereabouts. I think he was the last one. Yeah, he's the last one to exit pit lane. So maybe just letting the chaos go into turn number 1, as I say. But you never know, guys. Race number 2 may be a bit more spicy. We'll see. We'll see exactly what happens. But you know, these guys are literally on there. Going to be thereabouts, but you know, who knows then what's going to happen for race number 2. Got 8 minutes left to qualifying. Race number 2 is also going to be another 40-minute sprint with a mandatory pit stop. But if it's anything like oh, we're missing someone from the grid for qualifying. So it's anything like Nicholas literally pushed on. Just trying to think who we're missing for qualifying 2. So race 1. Are we missing Morley, or are we missing... Let's have a look. Yeah, I believe we're missing Brendan. So Brendan's not on the out on the track for qualifying 2, so that's a bit of a shame really for the McLaren driver. So it's going to be the 3 McLarens as Samuel goes into pit lane. Then I think he's just sitting out there, 6 minutes, 7, just under 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in qualifying 2. So there's only 12 cars now for race number 2. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. We've got Luke still there. We've got Clave. We've got Kaiser. JMR. Is JMR going to be pushing on? Is he going to try and literally get thereabouts? But you know, seems to me at the moment the way things have gone, as John goes fastest with a 146.115. Could be very close. Luke's going to be going through the final corner, but Kaiser goes a 145.2. Could be very careful. Axel's there as well, but Luke goes up with a 144.328. So, you know, Luke's going to try and push on. He's trying to get thereabouts. He was literally trying to push on for pole position in race number 1 qualifying, but JMR then up into 2nd. So, at the moment, then we've got the likes of course, Nicholas and of course Diego yet to set a qualifying time, with of course Plave and Skyfoot and of course Samuel. Lee Fitzy up into 7th then at the moment. So 5.5 minutes to go in qualifying 2 for race number 2. Could be very, excuse me, could be very careful between these guys at the moment. Just while we're out there, it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen, but who knows how close it's going to get. But you can just see exactly what's going to happen between the likes of as Diego goes fastest then with a 143.995. Very good lap time for the Ferrari driver at the moment. Can't afford to sit out though, can't afford to sit out, because Luke's around 0.333 of a second. 3/3 of a second, should I say. But you know, it may be okay, but where is Luke's time? Let's have a look what he's doing. He's down on that time. He's on obviously abandoned. I don't know whether he was on another outlap, I'm not too sure, but seems to me at the moment the way things are going then, Diego's trying to get pole position. Very interesting to see what the Ferrari driver is trying to plan. He actually had he just joined the stream. He had a very good dice in race number 1 with Stefano Marchetto for that 2nd place, so it seems very interesting to see what's going to happen as JMR. Of course still in 3rd at the moment But Stefano Marchetto then 1:43.827. So Diego's time, he's going to try and push on. Is he going to go out of pit lane, or is he just going to sit there for 4 minutes now? Because Stefano Marchetto is on provisional pole position at the moment. So the Italian driver trying to push on. He's trying to get thereabouts. It could be very close. He's sliding that Lexus into turn 2. There's a yellow flag somewhere, but it's been withdrawn. That was Luke. It could be very interesting. 3.5 minutes go in qualifying for the second race then. It's looking a bit close for times now, with the likes of obviously Nicholas trying to set a, he's got to set a lap, and of course Samuel is yet to set a lap. But Luke's going out pit lane then, getting that set up, back onto his car. We don't know what setups people are running. It's a bit unfortunate we don't know what they're running, because I would love to see exactly what setups these guys are running, you know. But Stefano Marchetto then, 3 minutes go in qualifying 2. Luke's going to have to try and push on. JMR in 4th, then John up into 5th, then Skyfu down into 6th. Kaiser 7th place is there in 8th, no he's 9th now, with the likes of JD as Nicholas up into 2nd then. So Nicholas knocks Diego down into 3rd then. This could be an absolute tooth and nail position between these guys at the moment. This is absolutely how the racing should be. I'll tell you this, guys, if you're in for a treat for race number 2, because it was absolutely unstoppable. Let's see what's going to happen, because Mama is on provisional pole position with Diego. Diego's come out of pit lane. Is he gonna leave it late, or is he gonna try and push on? We'll soon find out. But Luke's still there at the moment. He's on an out lap. John is there. Skyfu 7th. Kaiser 8th. Lee Fitzy 9th. Axel 10th at the moment. Blake 11th, and of course Samuel in, of course, 12th place at the moment. But let's see what Nicholas is going to do then. Firing his way through the latter half now of the circuit. He's going to have to try and push on. We know what he's like. He got pole position in race number 1 after a demon practice time, as well as a light to flag victory in race number 1. And I'll tell you what, he left it late for his mandatory pit stop. He went on to the final lap while taking his mandatory pit stop, planned it to perfection. And I think, like I said, that gap obviously worked to his advantage. But it seems like there's a lot of things as Luke goes 4th at the moment, so that could be very close to see exactly what the McLaren driver can do. But looking at the times then, as Nicholas goes back-to-back provisional pole position at the moment with 1:43.572. An absolute stellar lap time for the Mercedes driver there. So that's not Stefano Marchetto down to, of course, down to 2nd place at the moment with the likes of Diego. Diego's on a out lap, so he's got 28 seconds, but he will cross the line, so he will get another crack. So he will get this flyer in now, just about as Luke's 4th. JMR in 5th, then John in 6th. He's gone off at the chicane there, so he's had a bit of an issue there by looks of it with Skyfu 7th, Samuel 8th, Kaiser 10th, 9th rather, Lee Fitzy 10th, Axel in, of course, 11th, and of course Place in, of course, 12th at the moment. But let's see what Diego is going to do. Diego is literally fighting tooth and nail. He is going to be on course to try and get up into 2nd. It will be an interesting lap as Luke still stays 4th then. But at the moment Nicholas has the advantage. His provisional pole position. Stefano Marchetto will not be able to get another lap in. Even if he leaves pit lane now, he won't be able to get one, because it will be too late to get one there. But it will be very close as Nicholas goes through into what could be a very interesting 2nd pole position of the evening. I'll tell you what, it has been quite close for comfort. We'll see what Diego can do. Don't want to put the commentator's curse on Diego, but he is thereabouts coming through the latter half of the lap now. He is about to cross JMR, however, up into fourth. He's pipped Luke to fourth, so it seems that it's going to be very interesting. Let's see what Diego is going to do. Is he going to get Stefano Marchetto for that second place, or is he going to stand second? Let's have a look. No, he still stays, of course, in third place at the moment, it seems. Not too sure exactly what has happened there, because Diego seems to have set a lap, but then he's now disappeared. That's a bit of a weird one there. Very weird. So where would that put him on the grid though? That would have still put him third. But the likes of, you know, just looking exactly what's happened for qualifying, Stefano Marchetto second, but Diego stayed third. It's a bit of a weird one because, you know, just looking exactly, seems a bit of a weird one for too sure exactly what's gone on there for Diego's time, because it says that most of the guys have finished and then qualifying does seem to be like that, but hopefully Diego's back for the race, but if he is, he probably will be at the back of the grid. It sounds like Diego's Ferrari's had a bit of an engine issue, an electrical issue with that Ferrari at the moment. It seems to be a bit of a disappointment for the Ferrari driver now after that high of race number one. But it's getting very close then. Let's see exactly what's going to happen for cheers Dario, I believe he did. It's a bit unfortunate though, mate, to be fair. He was very close to getting thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen for race number 2 then. So it's Nicholas followed by Stefano Marchetto. It'll be now James now on third because of obviously Diego unfortunately disconnecting. That Ferrari has had a bit of an issue going to the grid, so it's going to be a bit unfortunate. He will be missing out now for the second. Oh, he's probably, yeah, he's rejoined at the back of the grid by the looks of it. Yeah, he's rejoined. I think he's rejoined at the back. Yes, he has. I can just see the Ferrari at the back, so he's rejoined. He's now unfortunately now going to be 12th, which he's not going to like. Then you got Luke in, of course, 4th. Then you got John in 5th, Skyfu 6th, Samuel in, of course, 7th, followed by Kaiser in, of course, 8th, Lee Fitzy 9th, Axel 7th, Playfin 11th, and of course Diego, who should have been 3rd, in 12th place. But nevertheless, we are getting ready for another 40 minutes of racing. I'll tell you what, it has been good so far. So Diego will have to be stopped from the back of the grid. He will not like that. So the Ferrari is there. They've finally got whatever the electrical issue sorted out. But I'll tell you what, guys, we're in for a treat for race number 2. Race number 1, though, if you just joined, obviously Nicholas took a lights to flag victory. He had a big gap ahead of Diego and of course Stefano Marchetto to take his mandatory pit stop on the last lap and then take out, of course, the race victory. It seemed a bit of a weird strategy, but I suppose that is how it's run, and I'll tell you what, we are going to be in for a cracker for race number 2. I'm personally looking forward to it, and yeah, who knows what's going to happen. I think the guys are going to be obviously going to be pushing a bit thereabouts. The wind's picked up slightly now, and you know it's going to be very careful between obviously the Lexus and of course the Mercedes. Then you've got the Bentley, McLaren, followed by McLaren Bentley on the next row, then Lexus versus Audi, Audi versus Bentley, and then of course, just looking at the grid, just looking how things are going, I think Diego's car's put himself in the other pile, so it's going to be very close then to see what's going to happen. So, you know, just looking exactly what's going to happen, we'll look from behind Nicholas's Mercedes at the moment. It seems it's going to be very close between the Mercedes, the Lexus, and of course the Bentley. Luke's got a bit of an issue there, I think, but it's going to be very careful between these guys, just going, you know, as you can just see what's going to happen. So, you know, Stefano Marchetto, is he going to get a win tonight? Is he going to be trying to push on this time round, or is he going to be transpired for Nicholas? Because Nicholas did very well in race number 1 to gap that Lexus, as braking very late and, you know, trying to see exactly what's going to happen. They're trying to get temperature into the cars, just trying to make sure that everything is good to go. You just, you know, it's going to be very careful. Could be very interesting because the likes of obviously Stefano Marchetto and of course Nicholas are going to be there. Nicholas has got to obviously have that, can't get too far ahead for the rolling start, because it probably will give him a penalty of some sort. But the gaps have spread out a bit for the grid, so the guys at the front will probably have to slow down. But we'll soon find out though, because it's very careful. I think, you know, just looking at Diego, he's now now at the back. I think he's at the back of the grid, or he's had another issue, not too sure. It says he's 13th on the timing, but we'll soon figure it out in a moment or two. But nevertheless, it's going to be very interesting. Just getting don't worry about them going through each other, it's just how it is when on the formation lap. Shouldn't really happen, it should really give them damage, but obviously it's going to be a very interesting fight, because you've got the like Stefano and of course Nicholas, then you've got Luke and of course James, then you've got of course John and of course Skyfu. I believe from what I've just seen, the Ferrari is on the grid. It's just the timing screen just throwing me a bit of a wobbler, as it per usual does. But we're going through the last corner then, about to take the green lights for the final race of the evening, and I'll tell you what, we're in for a cracker of a race. Let's see if Nicholas is going to make it back-to-back wins. Is he going to be there? Is he going to be able to do it? Let's get ready to roll. There's a car out of position slightly, but I don't think that really matters. But I'll tell you what, speed on the start though is a penalty for 93, and that is Samuel. And that's what I mean by out of position. It seems he's got a drive-through penalty for that. That's going to be a bit unfortunate, as Stefano Marchetto is under threat, but Nicholas gets to jump then ahead of Stefano and of course Luke, as well as James. This could be very careful. It's going to be close as you like between these guys, as Luke gets into of course third at the moment with John, Skyfu and Samuel. Samuel already under pressure from Kaiser, with the likes of Diego now up into, just as the time screen throws an absolute complete wobbler, with Diego up into ninth already. So Diego's got around 3 places already. With Lee Fitzy, Axel's in pit lane. It's a bit unfortunate what's happened to Axel to go into pit lane as Nicholas goes off track. It's a bit unfortunate to see exactly what's happened. Has there been contact already, or has there just been a bit of issues? It's going to be a bit of a weird one. Axel's into pit lane then. Not allowed play up to 11th, but bit of an unfortunate time at the moment for the Lexuses at the moment. There's one in second place though, we know that for a fact, but could be very careful between these guys. It looks like, you know, straight away Axel's in pit lane with mechanical issues in that Lexus RCF by the looks of it. And we'll see exactly what's going to happen for the time being with 38 minutes to go, but the battle for the race lead is still hotting up between the likes of Stefano Marchetto and of course Nicholas at the moment. Stefano is literally on there as Samuel goes in for his drive-through penalty straight away, which fair point. If he was a real racing and we had a safety car, then it was a safety car, he'd have to catch up to Crocodile. But it looks like Plave's also into pit lane. It's a bit of a weird one this, because unless they had contact at the start and then they just thought, well, it's going to be a bit of an unfortunate one now this time round. But Nicholas leads the way then, as Samuel's drive-through penalty is now cleared. Fair point to him. He is now got rid of it. That seems to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen with the likes of Stefano Marchetto, Luke, and of course Nicholas at the moment, battling for second, third, and fourth respectively. First, second, third, and fourth respectively, should I say? With John up into fourth, JMR down in, of course, fifth place at the moment as Diego gets through on Skyfu for sixth place. So the guy that started from essentially the back row of the grid after having a bit of a mechanical issue with that Ferrari is now up into sixth. So that's a good run for the Ferrari driver, trying to push on. Axel still in pit lane as Plave comes out of pit lane, taking his mandatory pit stop. I don't know whether that was purposely or just because if there was anything going on untoward. It looks like Stefano Marchetto is trying to catch up towards Nicholas at the moment, trying to take this battle with 36.5 minutes to go in this race. Still a long way to go, not even the halfway mark yet. So it's going to be very close then between the likes of JMR. Oh, John's getting caught by Diego. This could be very close between the Ferrari and the McLaren. Let's see what happens. Is Diego going to get through? Yes, he is. He's up into fifth then, so fair play to Diego. He's on course for trying to push up then. Seems it's going to be very close between the top three as well. The top three are literally nose to tail. Go through turn number 2 here at the Hungaroring. So Nicholas tries to escape from, of course, Stefano Marchetto at the moment. Stefano Marchetto, reigning GT4 champion, season 1 of GT3s. He's there. Axel still in pit lane then, so he's looks like the Lexus has picked up some quite hefty damage, or it's just got an issue, which is a bit unfortunate for the Lexus driver at the moment. It seems that Stefano trying to catch up. It looks like JMR also trying to catch up to the. He's caught up to the top 3 as best as he can, but of course Diego's there as well. So you know it's Mercedes, Lexus, McLaren, Bentley, Ferrari in the top 5 at the moment. Then it's McLaren, Bentley, Lexus, Bentley, Audi, then of course McLaren in a lot. But it seems that a lot of 35 minutes to go though. It seems a lot of action galore so far with this for the battle for the race lead, as well as 4th and 5th at the moment as well. So it seems that Stefano Marchetto trying to get all over the back of Nicholas's Mercedes at the moment, literally trying to go there. He is literally trying to catch up to the blue and yellow Mercedes. Seems the ML3 Racing Lexus seems to be thereabouts at the moment. He's going to try and push on as Luke in the sort of Gulf Oils McLaren is also trying to chase him down nose to tail. John goes into pit lane. Is that strategic, or is it just because he's been caught up? Looks like it at the moment, as Diego's trying to catch up. So Diego is now 5th place still at the moment. Started from 12th on the grid, so he's thereabouts. I do apologise. I've just got a bit of a sore eye at the moment, so I'm trying to commentate as well as try not to put up with the pain with that. But you know, we'll see exactly what's going to happen with Diego trying to make a move on JMR, which he does into that chicane. So rightly so between the Ferrari and the Bentley. It seems Mom was trying to catch up to, of course, trying to catch up towards Nicholas at the moment, but we've got 33 minutes and 25 seconds left of this race. Seems to be thereabouts between the top 3 at the moment. Maybe even the top 4 now with Diego there, as poor old Axel still in pit lane with that Lexus. It looks like Skyfu and Kaiser are having a bit of a nice battle for 6th and 7th as well at the moment. Lee Fitzy is there in, of course, 8th at the moment, trying to catch these guys up. Samuel trying to catch them up as well, trying to get onto the lead lap. He's got John and, of course, Playf. They are currently 9th and 10th and 11th rather in their McLarens respectively, but it looks like at the moment the race lead's coming down yet again between Stefano Marchetto and, of course, Nicholas rather, not Nicola, I do apologise, between Nicholas and, of course, Stefano. Stefano literally nose to tail. He's got Luke for company as well. This could end in, it might not end in disaster, it might just end in slight tears for these guys at the moment, as Nicholas tries to hold off this train of cars behind him at the moment, with the likes of Marma, Luke and, of course, Diego. These guys are absolutely trying to go tooth and nail into this part of the circuit. This is absolutely unreal. What is going on tonight? What these guys had for breakfast today, I wonder. Because I tell you what, it's absolutely been top class so far. As Nicholas gets under threat from Marma, as Luke's under pressure from Diego. Diego's going to try and get him in that Ferrari. That Ferrari seems very quick. But then he's got JMR. James is right behind him as well. James is literally trying to push up to Diego and, of course, Luke at the moment. I don't know what's happened to... Oh, if we missed Kaiser's gone as well. Kaiser was up into... he was thereabouts, but Kaiser's disappeared as well, so that's going to be very close. As Diego's gone off. Diego's gone off there. 31 minutes and 20... I don't know, 16 seconds. I do apologise. Trying to get way ahead behind myself as well. So it looks like Marma's trying to get up to Nicholas as well. I tell you what, seems a bit unfortunate. I don't know what's happened to Kaiser. Kaiser's literally... Kaiser's disconnected by the looks of it. He's literally had some bad luck. He disconnected at Silverstone. There's a bit of contact between Nicholas and, of course, Marma going into turn number 1. That's allowed Luke to close up the gap as well, and Nicholas goes back on the fight and attack. Oh, no. No. They're both in the fence by the looks of it. Well, they were. That was a bit naughty. So that's allowed Luke into, of course, first place at the moment. Not even halfway and it's already come to blows. I wonder if we can actually catch that on the replay. No, we can't. We're way too far behind. Try to see if we could catch that on the replay, but unfortunately we couldn't. So I do apologise for that, guys. But 30 minutes left then. It looks like Diego trying to get up to Luke. But I don't think Stefano Marchetto is going to be very happy with, of course, with that issues between himself and, of course, there's the replay cameras. Or who was that? Was that? Yeah, JDM. Yes. Nicholas has gone off. He's thrown it away big style this time round. He is going to be livid. I think Marma's yet to go. Yeah, Marma's gone into pit lane, so looks like there's been a bit of issues in this race then so far, with the likes of Diego. There's a track limits penalty for place there in, of course, the not too sure what the cameras are doing at the moment. The cameras are just throwing an absolute wobbler at me at the moment, so I do apologise for that, as well as Diego tries to get past Luke for that first place at the moment with Marmalotto and, of course, JDM. They are currently in pit lane, so Luke tries to lead the race then. Trying to see exactly what's gone on there, but I'll tell you what, Luke's literally leading night and day at the moment, trying to get away from Diego at the moment as the cameras through. for a bit of wobblers at me. I'll just have to throw the helicam up for now, guys. I do apologise for that, as Luke tries to get away from Diego, and of course James. At the moment, it looks like we've got a bit of an interesting battle brewing for first, second, and third. So, got Skyfu, Samuel. You got John there. You've got obviously Marmot in, of course, 7th place at the moment. Lee Fitzy in 8th. You got JDM still in pit lane with Plaith in, of course, 10th. Axel 11th. Axel 5 laps down, but battle for first, second, and third. I'll tell you what, stop go penalty though for JDM. So Nicholas has a stop go penalty for speeding in pit lane. He's ninth for the second race in. He's second. Yeah, ninth. His ninth goes from bad to worse in race number 2. Speeding in the pit lane, contact with Marmolotto, and of course binning it into the tyres. He's not had a good second race. Not too sure exactly what came about. That was a bit naughty. I think he will find himself in front of the stewards. And I'll tell you what, it has been a bit chaotic. I'm appalled by what I've seen for that battle for the race lead. It looked like it was going to be a good battle, and it came to a really horrible end. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen, because the likes of Luke, Diego, James, Skyfu, and of course Samuel are yet to take their mandatory pit stops. But you know, this could be all or nothing. Marmolotto, he is not going to be happy. He is going to be livid inside that Lexus with of course Nicholas with that try-free penalty. He will have to take that, but we've still got a long way to go in this race. We're not even at the halfway mark yet, and we're at 26.5 minutes to go in this race. If you just joined, this is Thursday Night Racing League for the PlayStation 4, and it is GT3 season number 4 as well for the Thursday Night Racing League, with the legendary and of course the best of the rest commentator Hoppers in the commentary box. And yeah, it's been great so far though, but you can just see exactly what Luke's trying to do, trying to defend from the Ferrari of Diego for the time being. We'll try and flick on board with the Ferrari. He's got to be careful, because Luke's got a slow exit out of the last final turn. Is he going to try and go there? He's going to have to try and do it. Not too sure exactly what the cameras are doing to me at the moment, because I think when I tried to go for the replay, I think that's what it tried to do. It tried to throw the replays as JDM goes in for his stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Rightly so, he needs to go and do that with 25.5 minutes to go though. That will push him right down the order. It will push him right down to last place. It seems to be a lot of interest, because Luke's got a bit of a slide on with that McLaren at the moment. He's a bit slow out of certain corners as he goes off there. He goes off, he rejoins. Got to be careful, because Diego's going to pounce. 25 minutes to go in this race as Nicholas's stop-go penalty clears, but got to be very careful. We'll just, like I say, I'll throw the helicam up for this, because the replay cameras at the moment are not replay cameras, but the cameras for trackside aren't conforming to how I want it at the moment. But battle for first, second, and third, literally at the moment night and day between Luke and of course Diego and of course James at the moment. So it could be a very interesting top 3 in this race, as Luke goes a bit slow out of that turn, but could be very close between these 3 at the moment. There's quite a few cars now equally spread out. We're down to 11 cars, maybe 10 cars, because poor old Axel's stuck in pit lane at the moment. But Luke's got another he's slow out of that last turn. Not too sure exactly why, but that's allowed Diego to get the race lead then from Luke, as well as of course James at the moment. So Luke's trying to push back on to of course get into first place at the moment, with Skyfu 4th at the moment, with Samuel also in 5th place. So the 5 cars now have to take their compulsory pit stop, but John in 6th, Marmolotto still circulating in 7th at the moment, Plaith in 8th, Lee Fitzy in of course 9th, Nicholas in 7th at the moment. He's not going to be happy But I tell you what, I'm not too sure what the stewards are going to think of that, because that move kind of looked a bit naughty, in my opinion. But we'll find out exactly what the stewards think of that when it gets to it. But you see Diego getting away from Luke now. He's trying to literally latch on. It could be very interesting. Diego was due to start third on the grid, but then he had to start 12th because he unfortunately had an issue. But he's worked his way up from 12th to get up into the race lead. So a fair point for the Ferrari driver at the moment. So he's doing very well at the moment, with Luke trying to push on. Welshman trying to get there against that Ferrari, with of course James trying to push on for potentially second place at the moment, with Luke trying to push on to try and get second, or well, trying to get the race lead back from Diego at the moment. But there's a Stefano Marchetto, gets a bit worse for him. Drive-through penalty for track limits. You'd think seasoned veteran like Stefano Marchetto would know how to not break track limits, but unfortunately I think the anger's got a bit to him, or should I say the red mist has got to him. But hopefully it doesn't hamper him too much. But we're almost at the halfway stage of race number 2 then, here at the Hungaroring for round number 3 of season 4 of the Thursday Night Racing League. This is GT3 Championship, and it is the PlayStation 4 lobby. So if you like what you see here, guys, please like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League. And if you are interested, go onto Facebook and head on to Thursday Night Racing League ACC. I believe that's what it is. If it isn't, then it might be a bit different. But if you're interested in racing, I believe the grid for this is full. But if you're interested and you want to be a reserve driver and you want to take part for next season, do go over there, and also go and say the legendary and of course the best commentator out there, Hoppers, had sent you. So it's going to be very interesting then. 21 minutes to go in this race. Seems that Stefano Marchetto has had the red mist get the better of him. Unfortunately, he is around 7.3 seconds behind John at the moment, and that's a bit unfortunate for Stefano. Don't know exactly what happened. It seems the barrier literally the barrier, we could hear it in the comms box that they hit the barrier quite severely. But he's going to have to try and push on now. I think he's actually 15.7 seconds from John. I think John's around like 7 points something from Samuel. So it seems a bit unfortunate for the Italian driver, you know. But we'll see what happens. We'll see whether he decides to push on. So he's going to be thereabouts. But just looking what Luke's doing, he's around 1.1 of a second from Diego at the moment. Diego's trying to hold off for dear life. That Ferrari is there, so we're halfway through the race now. It is going to be very close. We'll see what happens at the halfway mark of race number 2, but who knows exactly what's going to happen. It's not really told us that we're halfway through the race, so maybe we've got to be careful what's going to happen here for that. But we'll see how close it's going to get. Stefano Marchetto still, he's going to have to take his drive-through penalty for his track limits, but whether he's had enough, I'm not too sure. But 19.5 minutes, let them come up to 19.5 minutes. It's going to be very careful. I'm not too sure what's going to happen. Luke's trying to push back up to Diego, but he's around 0.8 of a second now. He's trying to literally push on, but James has dropped back a bit. That's a bit unfortunate for the Bentley squad at the moment. He's trying to be there. JDM, or Nicholas is there. He's going to be livid. He is going to be livid. I'm not too sure exactly what happened between him and Stefano. I know they made contact, but it's not going to be hampering as Diego goes into pit lane then. At the halfway stage of the race, he goes into pit lane. So that could be very interesting with Skyfu also there. Samuel also pushing up. John is there. Stefano Marchetto, what is going through his mind, I wonder? He's probably thinking, what on earth has happened tonight? You know, race 1, bit of a contact between him and JMR rather, and then contact with JDM in race number 2, and then like now a drive-through penalty for track limits. Is he going to take it? We'll have a look. He's going to push on. I think no. He's going to go into pit lane. Take his drive-through penalty for track limits. It seems that the red mist has got the better of him. I think he's not going to be happy with that. So he's in for his drive-through penalty. It's going to push him down even further to catch up to John. So it's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? John's around 3.9 seconds from Samuel, but Samuel's in pit lane. But it's very interesting with the likes of John up there. But Diego, as Mama comes out of pit lane, he's not going to be happy with what's gone on tonight. He is going to have to try and push on. He's really 21.9 seconds now behind Diego. Could even be Samuel ahead of him at this rate. It's going to be very close for comfort, but 17 minutes to go in this race then, with Luke and of course JMR trying to lead the battle as JMR tries to get up close and comfort to Luke. But they're going into turn number 1 now. Skyfu in the other Bentley, literally nose to tail, not even nose to tail, but he's thereabouts as Marmot up into 6th. Then it could be some reconciliation points, but soon could be a bit of a dogfight in the or a bit of a bust up in pit lane after the race if we're not careful. But I don't think he'll be happy with, of course, JDM for that contact. So I think it's going to be best to avoid the both of them. But you never know, we have around 16 minutes to go in this race. It could be anyone's race. It could be JMR's, it could be Luke's, it could be Skyfu's, it could even be John's race, you know, you never know. It could even be Diego, but Diego is going to be pushing on for dear life, you never know. With that Ferrari, 16 minutes to go then. Axel's been in pit lane for quite some time now. Not too sure what's happened to the Lexus RCF of Axel, which is a bit unfortunate. We've got Luke still circulating in, of course, first place at the moment. So it seems the cameras are throwing wobblers at me, so we're going to go with the helicam for the time being. 15.5 minutes remaining in race number 2. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's been enjoyable being back in the comms box. I must admit, John is there with Diego. Is Diego going to catch up to John, or is he going to have to try and push on? That Ferrari, he looked very mean in the early stages of the race, but he may be able to. He's around. I'm just trying to work it out with the gaps. At the moment, it seems that 15 minutes to go in this race. It seems that Luke's going to be there. James is trying to push up. James is literally trying to push that Bentley towards the McLaren. It could be very interesting between the pair of them. We'll soon figure it out, but who knows exactly what's going to happen between the likes of James and, of course, Luke going into the latter half of the lap this time round. It seems a lot of feisty talk. With 14.5 minutes to go, it could be all or nothing. John's there with Diego. I think Diego's now... Yeah, Diego's just going through start-finish line, so he's a bit far behind at the moment as the battle for first and second between Luke and, of course, JMR at the moment, trying to push on for the race lead. Stefano Marchetto, however, is in 6th place. He is not going to be happy with this 6th place. I can guarantee it. But, it seems a lot. Poor old Axel is still in pit lane. Skyfu is still in 3rd. JMR now goes into pit lane. So that's going to be very interesting to see exactly what he's going to do. Is he planning to stay into pit lane? He's got to be very careful to get that speed down so he doesn't break the pit lane speed limit. Skyfu is also in pit lane, so the two Bentleys are thereabouts. That may allow Diego and John to catch up. Don't worry about JDM, he's around 2 laps, maybe 3 laps down, so that's going to allow Luke to get a bit of a pressure away for the Welshman in the McLaren. 13 minutes to go in this race then. Let's see what's going to happen. Is Luke going to take victory, or is he going to have to concede? You can just see Skyfoot and of course JMR in pit lane. That's going to allow, probably going to allow John into second. Yes it is, and it will probably now allow Diego in, of course. Possibly Skyfu actually comes out. Skyfu comes out ahead of he's come out ahead of Diego there, so it's going to be very interesting as JMR drops down to potentially 4th maybe no, he's in of course 4th place at the moment, isn't he? No, he's not. He'll be 5th because Diego is there. As John puts a lap on, of course, his teammate in the Mercedes. So it's going to be very interesting with Luke now. Then gaps are equally spread out now. This is where it's going to get a bit looking for what's going on. But you know, Luke's going to be pushing on for what could be a very easy victory in race number 2, as we've seen a lot of action galore between the likes of Luke, John. Well, Luke, Skyfu's doing very well in 3rd place at the moment in that Bentley. So between Diego and of course Luke, and as well as JMR in the early stages of the race, it seems that's now settled down for a bit. But you know, still a long way to go. Still about 11 minutes to go with Marmolotto still circulating in 6th place. He is not going to be a happy man after that incident between him and of course Nicholas going into turn number 2. Try to figure out exactly how that came together. I wish I could figure it out, but unfortunately I can't. So Samuel is there in 7th at the moment, trying to chase after Stefano Marchetto. You can just see the Lexus versus the Audi, sort of almost a battle, but it's not thereabouts as of yet. But 10.5 minutes to go then in his 2nd race here at the Hungaroring. Seems a bit equally spread out at the moment. I think the likes of John and Nicholas is trying to unlap himself, but I think he forgets that his teammate will be putting a lap on him very soon as Luke comes through the final turn, trying to literally push on for what could be a very interesting victory for the McLaren driver this evening. The likes of John trying to push on. He's still there in 2nd. He's not going to catch up to Luke unless he gets past Nicholas for that to put a lap on him. But it could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Skyfu still 3rd. Could be a very interesting podium for the Bentley driver, with the likes of course Diego now 4.22 of a second. So 9.5 minutes to go then, and the cars are equally kind of spread out at the moment. So we're going to have to try and pick our way through some interesting battles with Marmolotto still there in 6th. Luke's still leading the race then, so it could be very close for comfort. We've got Samuel still there, Clay, and of course 8th, Lee Fitzy 9th at the moment. It could be very close to see what's going to happen between Lee Fitzy. At the moment he's trying to push on, and we've got of course Nicholas still there, not too sure exactly what's happening. I think he's deciding to have a leisurely drive now, because race 1 winner, he may find himself in a bit of hot water with the stewards after that, with of course Axel still in pit lane around 16 laps down, which is a bit unfortunate for the Lexus driver, with the likes of Luke still leading the race then from of course John in of course 2nd at the moment, with of course Skyfu trying to catch up as best as he can, but he's around 4.3 seconds between now and then. But we'll soon figure it out, but who knows. With the likes of Diego trying to push on in fourth, he's trying to get onto the podium. He's not far away from Skyfu at the moment. So 8 minutes to go then in this race. It could be all or nothing between these guys. It seems that there's only 10 runners at the moment. It seems that, you know, there's a lot of interest to see what's going to happen. I think Skyfu may be under pressure from of course Diego in a moment or two, but we'll see what happens with Luke's eking out that advantage. I think this is exactly what he wants to have. He wants to have this advantage and try and do what Nicholas did in race number 1. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen between now and then. But he's trying to put a lap on, of course. Trying to put a lap on Playfair, I think that is. Yes, it will be. Because Luke's gone off there. I think he's got some issues there. He seems to have a bit of internet issues there. But whether that hampers him will be yet to be seen. Seems like his McLaren's trying to go through the trees and trying to get back onto track, but jumps into pit lane then, rightly so, because he's got just under 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. That will potentially allow him to carry on, but see exactly what that brings for him as he jumps into pit lane. Is that going to give John the race lead? So we'll see exactly how close it's going to get, but 6 minutes to go then. Field's slightly spread out at the moment, but carefully watching the likes of Skyfu and of course Diego at the moment for third and fourth, with around 6 minutes left, just under 6 minutes, as Luke comes out of pit lane. I think John's caught him slightly now, which seems to be a bit of an easy running for these guys with likes of Skyfu and of course Diego. There are about 5.5 minutes to go. Poor old Axel's still stuck in pit lane at the moment. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So it sounds like Diego's got some issues. Not Diego, Axel. It sounds like he's got some other issues than racing, but nevertheless 5 minutes to go in this race though. Poor old Axel's going to have to settle for a DNF, I think. He's 19 laps down, which isn't going to help him, with the likes of Skyfu and Diego literally pushing on for dear life now. This could be literally unstoppable, but Skyfu could be on for a good podium if he's careful. He's got the likes of Diego following him with 4.5 minutes to go in this race. Then could be all or nothing between the likes of Skyfu and Diego. Is Diego going to get onto the podium for the second time tonight? This is absolutely unstoppable. I'll tell you what, guys, I do apologise if it's been a bit equally spread out this time round, because it's just how unfortunately it's the nature of what's been going on tonight. Because Stefano Marchetto, he is down in 6th place, if you're wondering where he is. Bit of contact between him and of course JDM going into turn number 2. Hefty contact by the looks of it, and then Stefano got a drive-through penalty for track limits, but could be having a nice battle for 3rd and 4th between Diego and Skyfu. Diego thinks about it, gets alongside that Bentley, perfectly done into turn number 1 there. So we're around 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, thereabouts, but you'll see John still in second, Luke still in first place then. could be very easy for Luke. He could be on course for a victory this evening. He's thereabouts, but soon figure out what's going to go on. But I think the likes of Diego and Skyfu, yeah, Diego's got a bit of a gap now, but could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen, because the likes of Luke still holding on for first place at the moment, with the likes of John trying to catch up. He's not going to be able to do it for the time being. 3 minutes to go though, with Luke and Diego still there, and of course third now with Skyfu roughly in fourth, with JMR in fifth and Marmalotto. Not too sure exactly how he's feeling at the moment. He must be feeling pretty red misted at the moment, but we'll probably stay away from him after the race, just to let him calm down a bit. But it seems that 2.5 minutes to go in this race then, with Samuel third, with Plaif ninth, Lee Fitzy of course in Plaif 8th, yeah, Lee Fitzy 9th, Nicholas in of course 7th place at the moment, with Luke still leading a race then. He is about to go on to the final lap very soon, but I tell you what, it looks like Diego will get another podium out of this. The Ferrari looked very quick in qualifying, in both sets of qualifying actually, including free practice. Managed to get second place in, of course, race number 1, which seemed to be a very interesting battle with Stefano Marchetto, but Stefano unfortunately has not had the best of night in race number 2, with around a minute and a half to go now then. Well, a minute and 35 seconds should I say, but seems that it could have easily been a very good scrap for first, second, third and fourth, between the likes of Luke, Nicholas, Marma and of course JMR, if they hadn't had of course Nicholas and Marma didn't have that coming together. Just shows that exactly how scrappy that got, because it's cost Nicholas a double victory and Marma even a podium this evening. So a minute to go in race number 2 then, the final race of the evening here at the Hungaroring of the second sprint race, second two sprint races of the season so far. And then we go to, of course, Paul Ricard Le Castellet for the endurance, so that will be very interesting in around 2 weeks time. But Luke goes on to the final lap then. Let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to be able to push on? Could be very close to see exactly how close he's going to get. He's there. We'll go on board with the McLaren, just trying to literally push on. There's a white flag somewhere, but it looks to me that Diego is going to get onto the podium now. He's got a bit of a big gap from of course Skyfu now, with JMR in 5th place. Marmalotto not going to be a happy bunny. I don't think he's going to be very happy with, of course, Nicholas with that contact. Not too sure exactly how he's feeling right now. He will be in 6th place. He will not be happy, and I think he's going to be literally having some choice words with the likes of John's still there. John's still there in 2nd place at the moment, so you know, fair play to him. He's not given up. You've got obviously Diego still in 3rd place at the moment. Is he catching up to John, or is that Plaif? I'm trying to figure it out. It's not Plaif, no, because Plaif's gone off. I think John's got a bit of an issue here, because Diego's catching up. He's 2.0 of a second from Diego. So Diego could be very on course to try and get up to 2nd place if he's plays his cards right, going into the final couple of turns here at the Hungaroring. It seems like the race only just started, but Luke's now going to take a first victory of the season. It looks like he's going to be there coming through the final turn to take a well-deserved victory after 22 laps. He will be happy with that. He probably got gifted that win with likes of course Nicholas and of course Marmalotto coming together, but John comes 2nd, Diego gets 3rd, with Skyfu 4th. Good finish for Skyfu, with of course James of course in 5th place then, after a bit of a interesting scrap, but he came 5th with Mama. Poor old Mama Lotto. I don't think Mama's going to be very happy with of course Nicholas taking him out, but Mama will come home 6th, Samuel in 7th, Lee Fitzy in 9th. We'll just wait for Lee Fitzy to finish. But it seems to me that it's been a bit unfortunate for Axel, because he didn't make it out pit lane. He went into pit lane and then didn't make it, and then obviously we missed Kaiser. Kaiser had electrical issues in that Lexus RCF, and then of course Brendan obviously didn't make the grid for race number 2. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be very exciting to see what's going to happen in the endurance race at Circuit Paul Ricard de Castellet in 2 weeks' time, because it's going to be the first proper endurance of the season after Monza's bitterly disappointment. But it has been a very interesting night of racing, and I'll tell you what, we are looking forward to seeing what is going to happen for a race round number 4. It'll be round number 4 of the championship, but it may be even round number 3. But I'll tell you what, guys, Luke takes a sensational light flag victory with the likes of John 2nd, Diego 3rd, Skyfu 4th, JMR 5th, Marmalotto 6th, Samuel 7th, Lee Fitzy 6th, Nicholas 9th place, 10th Kaiser, and Axel, well, Kaiser didn't finish, Brendan even starts, with of course Axel in of course 12th place. But I'll tell you what, guys, I've been hoppers for TNRL, or Thursday Night Racing League, and I will hopefully see you in around, I might see you in 2 weeks' time when we go to Paul Ricard for Circuit the Castellet for the first endurance race of the season. I can't wait if I am there. But I'll tell you what, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. I really hope that you will be joining us again, and please do like and subscribe. Until then, guys, take care, have a good weekend, and most of all, stay safe. Ta-ra.